Hello, everyone, and we're back with solving proportions. And you have already what? Written this down. Okay, circle the Y. Do it now. We're solving for Y. And the long and the short of it is, why are we doing this video? We're kind of combining the two. We're solving proportions and we're talking about percent in the same video. Why? Because we have to know it for what? The benchmark. Here we go, keeping it real. Here's the secret. I'm just going to blow through this, okay? Here we go. You're going to cross multiply. That is the secret, okay? This is a proportion. How do I know? Because you have a fraction equal to a fraction. So whenever you see that, this is going to be an algebraic proportion that you have to solve. How you do that is by cross multiply. So this is how you do it. Take the 18, bring it down, times, you're going to take 18 times the numerator of this, right? 6 minus 2y equals, now 8 times 2, we can just say 8 times 2 is 16, okay? Now we just solve it like a regular algebraic equation, distributive property. So what did we say 18 times 6 is? 108? Okay, minus 36y equals 16 is 2 times 18, 36? Yes? Yes. Okay, so now we just solve for y, you guys. This is a regular two-step. Oh gosh, this is the part. Okay, so we're going to have to subtract 108 from both sides. Okay, so that's going to be negative, bring down your negative 36y equals, so that's going to be, yes, negative 92. Thank you. Okay, now all you have to do, one last step, sorry about this right here, you guys. Okay, just divide by negative 36 on both sides. Okay, those cancel, bring down your y. A negative divided by a negative gives you a positive, but I think this is going to be 2.5. Can you guys check that out? What's 92 divided by 36? Okay, 2.5. Don't be afraid to get a decimal or a fraction, okay? We're not afraid of it. All right, so that's the only example I'm going to show you for solving proportions. So now just go ahead and draw a line under that example and write percent. Now, you guys, I need you to know that I teach percent in a very particular way, okay? I teach it my way. And what does that mean? You know, the way that the book teaches it, you know, that's totally fine. But I like to teach it. It might take a little longer than, you know, than what the book teaches. I don't know. I really haven't timed it or anything, whatever. But I want you to know that there is very similar words that are used in every single percent question. Okay, so I'm going to start out with what? Everybody write this down. By the way, this is percent. Okay, so what, write this down, is, you're writing as I'm writing, what is 13% of 127? Okay, and I need calculator help because I have no idea what that is. Okay, but there's a reason why I'm doing this, okay, because no matter which way you slice it, people, they're going to use the same words, okay, in every question, just in a different arrangement. So I want you to recognize that. So when it says the word what, or what number, or whenever it says what, you know that that's X, because we don't know what is. I know that sounds kind of funny. All right, and what symbol represents the word is in math? Equals, right? Now, what do we do with 13%? We can't use it this way, folks. So you know the decimal's here, so we move it 2 decimal places to the left, and we write 0.13. We know that the word of is open parentheses, and then 127 goes right inside. So you can say X equals 0.13 times 127. There you go. So now this is where your calculator help comes into play for me, okay? I really need your help. So now, and be very careful because you have to hit decimal 13, okay? So 0.13 times 127 gives you what? 16.5. Perfect. Okay? That's it. Now let's do the next example. Okay? Hopefully, and if you need to rewatch it, you can. But what you need to rest assured and know is this, is that each of these examples below is going to be like the same, okay? Just worded in a different way. Okay? So let's look at this one. Okay, so 40% of 30 is what number? Those are exactly the same words. Do you see that, people? These are exactly the same words, just put in a different order in the sentence, okay? So what do? Take that decimal, move it 2 places to the left, right? Because we have to change 40% to a decimal. So we get 0.40, open parentheses of, put our 30 inside, what goes is, and then what number or what is just X? Are you with me? Is this difficult? No. Easy peasy? Yes. Okay, now, calculator help, okay? Hit 0.40 times 30 gives us 12. X equals 12. Fabulous. Ready? Next example. Okay, and we've got some practice examples down here that we'll do together, okay? But we're just running through this for what? The video. Here's the next one, 70%. The next one is kind of tricky. So we're just going to, look, I mean, hello, it's the same words in a different arrangement. Okay, so you guys should be like, oh, cool, okay? So, and by the way, on the benchmark sidebar, I'm going to tell you a really good tip. They're going to try to overwhelm you with like this huge long paragraph of a question, right? Right? You know how they do that with the word problems? They're going to try and overwhelm you with this huge long paragraph. But what is the only sentence that matters? The last sentence. The last sentence actually tells you exactly what it's asking. So you can just, for the most part, I'm not saying skip it because you can take your time, but we only have 2 45-minute sessions, with the benchmark. But you can just basically skim the paragraph, but I would say take your eyes directly to that very last sentence of the paragraph and read that last sentence first, because it's usually the case that you get all that you need with that last sentence. Okay, and then you can work it from there. If there's any other additional information you need, then go back into the paragraph. But it just saves a lot of time. Are you with me? Okay, so here we go. Okay, decimal 1, 2, right? Move the decimal 2 spaces. 0.17 of means open parentheses. X means what? Is means equals 156. There you go, dudes. There you go. And you guys, if you know that this of what means times X, you can basically do the shortcut and just do 0.17x, because that's what it becomes. 0.17 times X is 0.17x. What's the only step we have to do, Nina, to solve for X? Divide by 0.17, right? We're solving for X. Bring down the X. Okay, calculators, I need your help again. Hit 156 divided by 0.17, and what does that give you? Hello? We're recording, people. A little faster, please. 156 divided by 0.17. Try it again. Where's my calculator? Well, I can't. You have to say it, honey.
156 divided by
No. Okay, say it again. 917. Point what? 6. Okay, so that is correct. Okay, now you guys think of it this way. Look at the original question, right? This number seems kind of outrageous, but it's not, because think of it this way. It's asking you 17%, right? That's kind of small. Like, you know how you get like a 10% sale in the stores or a 15% off sale? Well, 17% is still kind of small. So 17% of what number is 156? So isn't this answer reasonable? Doesn't it make it reasonable that 17% of 917 would be 156? That's very reasonable. Okay, perfect. Our last example is kind of tricky, but necessary. Okay, got to teach you a trick, and it's going to take a couple of steps, but I'm going to make it super easy. This is the only part that I have to teach, and I want you to draw the squiggly. You know I'm serious about my squigglies, okay? And I want you to write this. What percent of, write it, what percent of 126 is 22? Okay, now we haven't discussed the what percent yet, okay? We've discussed the word what. We know that what, how do we represent what? X, okay? But when we say what percent, what is our percent always out of? 100, right? Because it's always comparing to out of what? 100%. So when you see what percent, that's automatically this, X over 100. Are you with me? Now, you guys, I know that many teachers teach this a different way, many different ways, but this is the way I teach it. And even though it may take 3 steps to get there, go with me because I think this is the easiest way to do it based on the way I'm teaching this, okay? So when you see what percent, you're going to write what percent, right? Now, how do we represent the word of? With parentheses, of. What goes inside of the parentheses? 126. And then what does is represent? Equals and 22. Okay? Are you with me? Now, we're going to clean it up and make it even easier. Okay? Here's what we have on the left. Let's clean this up. How do we clean it up? Put 126 over 1. Multiply the numerator and denominator straight across. So what does 126 times x give us? 126x. What is 1 times 100? 100 equals 22. Okay? Are you with me? Now we need to solve for x. But how do we get rid of a fraction? By multiplying by whatever is in the denominator. Okay? I told you this was going to take 3 steps, but go with me. We're going to multiply whatever we do to the left side of the equal sign, we also do to the right. The hundreds cancel. What do we bring down in that numerator? 126x equals 22 times 100, you guys, is what? 2200. Have we solved for x yet? No. This is our third and final step. This is only when you get questions that have the what percent phrase in it. Okay, so now we're going to divide by 126 on both sides, divide by 126, cancel, and x is equal to, grab your calculators, please help me, 2200 divided by 126 gives me what? 17.4, and we're done. That's a wrap. Thank you. Giovanna, can you hit? Thank you.